What do you think your most memorable pro race was?
Memorable pro race. Man, that's a good one. Let me see. I've got a lot of good ones, man.
Yeah?
Yeah. I think first one that comes to mind was Daytona 2017. I grew up in the Daytona Beach area, so big home race for me. And kind of the beginning of my pro career. I turned pro late 2013, came out, did really well in my first Supercross season, won a few races, but I got hurt. Yep. I blew my shoulder out.
So Same one that you're having trouble with now?
Yeah, so this is March of 2014. I got back on the bike like August of that year. First day back on the bike, compound fractured my tib fib.
Dang.
And then I was getting ready to race a Supercross, or I was racing Supercross in Geneva, Switzerland, December of 2014. Messed up, jumped onto the concrete, thought I was going to die. Like knocked myself out for like 2 minutes. Shattered my actual socket in my shoulder, like destroyed my shoulder again, right? And so I get back for 2015 outdoors that summer. I do 6 races. I do my other shoulder. And then I come back for 2016 Supercross 2 days before the first race. I break my wrist at Milestone. And then 2016 outdoors, I was able to make it through, but like way off the pace, right?
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. I came out, I was I was hot shit. As a 17-year-old kid, winning everything right away. Like, oh, this is easy. Like, this is what I've always done.
Yeah.
Of course, this is how it was going to go. And then all this stuff happens. And the first time I'm living on my own, first time in my life, I'm like, well, what am I? Like, I don't know. The future's so uncertain. I got like 1 year left on my contract.
Am I going to get another ride?
Yeah. Am I going to go back to school? Like, am I going to college? And then, I got through 2016 outdoors. And in 2017, Daytona was my first win back from after all of that stuff. And I've never reacted so. I mean, I was
just full of emotions.
I blacked out. I mean, it was the most I've ever felt all at one time. Because when you really scrape the bottom like that and you're able to get back, it was, and just to have my family was there, and it was just like, okay, all right, like let's reset. I can do this again.
And it's cool. Like sometimes you need something like that to like show you can still do it. Like going through all those injuries back to back like that ain't easy. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people, when that happens, they just go off the bad side. They start getting addicted to pain pills.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's
like
easy. How are you dealing with all these injuries? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's insane. I actually watched a video a couple of weeks ago. It popped up. I forget who's putting out this. Someone's been putting out this little series of you like leading out to your retirement once it started talking about it. And it was your first Supercross win.
Oh yeah, yep.
And your mom and your dad were there. And I was just seeing your guys, just the whole family and your guys' just emotions. I was like, I got emotional watching it. I was like, dude, that's so rad.
I think that's something that I'm not going to say it's unique to dirt bikes, because I'm almost positive that it's not. But it's so much. It put a lot of. I'm really grateful for my family giving me the opportunity, and I also had a lot of help financially, like from my grandpa in the early years. And luckily, I was good enough early where I was getting motorcycles and kind of getting enough funds to get to these races. Because otherwise, I don't come from anything too crazy. I couldn't have done it to the extent I did it without a lot of help. And I'm really grateful for my family's time. But it puts a lot of strain on everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, my parents, my sister, my dad being with me away from my sister, and kind of as a self-aware kid, it's like that stuff, I'm sitting at a motorhome in by pro circuit there when I'm like 12 years old out here training.
Living in the parking lot.
And I'm thinking to myself, like, my dad's been out here with me for 3 months. It's like my sister's back home. I'm like, I better figure this out. Like I better make it. Like I have to make it. You have the weight, you put the whole weight of the family and everything on you, and I still feel a little bit guilty for that sometimes, but
it's a sacrifice from the family. 100%.
It's a whole, and it's, as a kid, you don't really ask for it. Really, this is what you want to do. And of course your parents are going to do everything they can to help you. But, I'm lucky that it worked out the way it did. And what you saw in that video, my first race, my family being all stoked, it really is. It's way more than just me. Yeah. Anybody you see out there winning, it's way more than just them. It takes a lifetime of sacrifice.
It's so cool to see. And I think too, like as you get a little older and like once you have your own kids, it's like you would literally do anything for your kid. Yeah. Like if my kid wants to go do here, I'm like, let's go. You know what I mean? Like even though if I don't want to do it, my job is to better my kid's career or whatever they're going to do in life. So if they want to try this, let's try everything and figure out what you like. Then we'll go all in. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
And it's hard because some families aren't able to do that. Like you said, you had help from grandpa and like your parents and stuff like that. So it's like, it is a sacrifice for everybody around you.